So we got the Kanye shit.
Bo
Bogan?
Yeah, Bo Bogan.
All right, let's talk Bo Bogan.
Bogan. All right, so as you guys know, Joe Rogan, he's been on the news a lot because of quote unquote misinformation. So yeah, he has like a lot of people that get onto the podcast, like especially like people who
fucking
are well versed in the field. You know, like
well versed in lying.
They're well versed in the field and they have conflicting opinions.
They're costing lives out here, Saqib.
Yeah, so he's in the media for it. They've been talking a lot of shit about him. Well, what was one of the things that he said? I forgot. The fuck did they say?
You know, you not knowing what he said is probably the majority of the people that be like hating on him. Be like, man, he does spread a lot of misinformation. What did he say? Yeah, he just says stuff about COVID. And have you seen any episode?
I think people are just more mad about the guests that he had on, or like that he keeps bringing it up and keeps talking about it, and then he has on controversial idea or guests that have controversial ideas about what's going on with COVID. Because like honestly, in the apology, he didn't say anything specific. He was just like, I had this guy on, had this guy on, but the media just keeps slamming him like, oh, it's misinformation. So it's like.
He's up there lying.
He's just having conversations, like open conversations about like trying to find the truth, about asking questions what was going on. So it's like
he also brought a doctor over and he was talking about the vaccine and those certain things. Huh?
What'd he do with the doctor?
No. He brought one over and he was saying something about the vaccines and he got proved wrong on his show. And that was like, oh my God, Joe Rogan got proved wrong on his show.
Wow.
And the news media was just eating it up.
Joe Rogan got enlightened. What a loser.
Yeah.
Rogan is the type to, when he does make a mistake, he owns up to it. He takes full accountability. He's like, yo, I'm still trying to learn. That's why I bring these people on, so we can have conversations about learning about these things. He's not saying these things are absolute.
Right.
It's just conversation, and you guys are kind of just taking bits and pieces from it versus the entire thing.
Right.
Also, there was this rock star, Neil Young. Neil Young is like this prolific rock star from the 90s.
Clap it up for Neil Young, though, huh? Am I right? Stand up for what's right, man. You can't have this misinformation on Spotify, man.
Yeah, so
saved
Young,
my years.
He's very popular. He's also a pretty big activist, very big environmentalist. So he started. He told Spotify, yo, since you guys are gonna keep Joe Rogan, huh?
He's one of those PETA fuckers.
Yeah,
pussy.
Yeah, definitely. So he was talking about like, oh, okay, you know, since you guys are gonna keep Joe Rogan on with all this misinformation, I would rather just take my music off. Spotify's like, all right, deuces, get the fuck up out of here. And then Joe Rogan, he was talking about it. After that happened, so now a bunch of other artists are taking their music off of Spotify, like Failure. It's a bunch of these bands. They're kind of just following in Neil Young's footsteps. And
I think I heard Lil Xan's going to take his music off.
He's just not getting no streams no more, so they're like, fuck it.
Yeah, and then...
2 pennies not worth it.
There was like... Who else was there? There was another one. Yeah,
they're making so much more money off podcasts than they ever will off music.
Exactly.
Because they literally own part of the IP. Music. Yep. Bro, you know how much sense you're getting per stream? Bro, I have like over 500,000 streams. Maybe even, no, I'm just capping. But I have like over 300,000 streams. That shit is not a bunch of Brits coming in. That is not my main source of income. I'll tell you that much. So
it's getting a fragment.
Yeah, bro, and they're getting a fragment of the fragment you're getting.
Exactly.
Man, we own this IP. We just signed him to was it like a $10 million deal? No.
100 million.
100 million. 10 million is what Rory and Mal got from that other thing. So look at, I mean, not to knock them, that's a huge deal.
Yeah.
Joe got that 100 million.
Do you really think we give a fuck about what you're talking about?
Like my boys, we gave them 100 million. We are going to recoup very well on that investment. Not your little, bro, they don't even get, you don't pay to put your shit on Spotify. They're only making money off of your shit. They don't own the masters.
Yeah.
By Neil.
Bro, Joe Rogan could kill somebody. He's still going to go on a podcast and Spotify's going to run it. If I just gave you $100 million, we're running the podcast, motherfucker. We're running the podcast. We'll get you out of jail, get you some good lawyers, but hey.
Hey, but imagine I'm at like, see, you saw how Joe handled his like whole, first of all, we haven't really talked about the whole misinformation shit, but I'm kind of glad. It's a bunch of bullshit. But I like how like the way Joe Rogan handled it, such a good explanation of like, hey man, we're just on here having conversations, and I like to, you know, bring people that have different viewpoints, and that's just really what it is. It's a conversation, and people will take one part of it, and I'm not always right. I don't know what we're gonna talk about ahead of time. And how many times even on our pod,
I think that's cap that he doesn't know what they're gonna talk about ahead of time. Joe Rogan definitely reads about the fucking physicists and the doctors he brings on. I think that part is definitely cap. He definitely
you know the topic, but you don't know what the conversation
yeah, that's
goes.
what I'm saying. I think he means the specifics, because when you're 2 hours deep into a conversation, you can't account for what they're gonna say, then what you respond. So that's what I'm saying. We on this pod will look back, oh no, I was tripping, oh I said that wrong, that didn't make sense, or like in the moment you know what you were thinking, but you might have said something else. Regardless, such a great explanation and stuff. And then even talking about, you know, I really do like Neil, I was a big fan of his music and whatnot, and gave that whole little story. But
even worse than Neil, oh sorry, go ahead.
Nah, well, fuck, what was my
misinformation?
He was giving all that. Oh, imagine if it was Joe Budden's pod though. He would have said, "Suck my dick." He literally would probably would have. I love Joe, but you know, Joe probably would have found a way. Like he dead ass, they're gonna have to cancel the deal. Like, look, we're gonna pay off the rest of that $100 million, and we are not going to be a part of this.
Why we love Joe.
Had 20 artists leave the Spotify. He'd be like, "Fuck y'all, want to leave? Fucking leave."
Every last one of them.
Drake is now taking his songs off Spotify. Like, whoa.
Do you think I care?
Yeah, right.
With his fucking thumbs.
But bro, this whole man. What are y'all talking? This shit is so stupid.
It got so big, it came to the White House.
I was about to say, even worse than Neil Young, you got Jen Psaki, whatever her name is.
We don't like the misinformation being spread.
Bro, I can't lie.
Bro, let motherfuckers have their opinions, bro. If you're really dictating your opinions on your life and your health and your family off of what you're hearing on Joe Rogan's podcast, you're a loser.
And it is so funny that like people or on the news, they could spread misinformation and then not apologize for it. They just go into the next week.
Yeah. Have you seen Fox? Have you seen CNN?
Yeah.
Like,
they be fucking
come
up.
on, bro. Both sides are just catering to their demographic. Yeah. So they're going to say whatever is floating this way, and they don't care to correct things when it comes out wrong. Joe will sit there and be like, oh, yeah, I was wrong. He'll be in an argument with someone on the pod and be like, oh, shit, I didn't know. Jamie, look that up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, okay. Yeah.
And when you're open to conversation, you can have that. Bro, it's just really weird how now we're like, nah. The things he said weren't First of all, those people, you know, they're not sitting there watching a full podcast. They're not on Spotify listening. They listen to the headlines. I seen a post that was like, everyone that has so much to say about, like, negative to say about Joe Rogan is all the people that have never watched this podcast.
Right.
Exactly.
Bro, and I've had people say, Joe Rogan? Oh, yeah, no, he's always saying ridiculous stuff, whatever. Have you seen his podcast? No, I haven't watched it.
Yeah.
I've seen clips.
Then I'm like, see, that's the thing. I don't even want to start
bites.
no arguments because I'm not a fucking. I really don't care what your thoughts are on certain stuff. I have a podcast to share my thoughts.
Yeah.
I'm not just gonna argue with you just because you. But my next question is, have you seen the episode or have you seen a podcast? They're like, nah. Then I'm like, oh, well, go on. What were you gonna say? Because it's like I can't let you just get off this stupid opinion without you at least acknowledging that your opinion is based on something you haven't seen. Then it's like, go on. Next thing you know, they're like, well, I don't know. I just heard some stuff about him.
That's like girls who commentate football.
Explain.
You can't play. we was watching some girls commentate football, and then she was like, "Oh yeah, the Rams have good style." It was like, "Yeah, comment on the style. Don't talk about the fucking execution, X's and O's."
Yeah, that's
there's women's football leagues though. Don't cap. You seen the lingerie football?
Yeah, but don't.
No, some of them girls though is nice though.
Yeah, but don't be like, "Oh, you should have caught the ball." You go out there and catch the ball.
But the same could be said. Skip Bayless averaged 2.2 points in high school.
Him too.
He's talking about West Brick. And my man got 2.2 points.
Yeah, man. Like, you ain't never done this shit. Shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah, and also, look, Joe Rogan has made over 700 episodes. He's gonna get some shit wrong. Like, how many hours has he put into just talking?
And he might just believe some shit that's wrong.
Yeah.
You don't have to watch his content. You don't have to watch it. Like, if I'm sitting up here and I'm Kyrie talking about the earth is flat, y'all are really mad at me because I'm wrong? You're spreading misinformation to the public. Bro, I'm not the fucking CDC. That's what the CDC is for. That's what the news is for. But the news ain't even like that. Yeah. So let me just have my podcast and talk whatever shit I want to talk about. He's sitting there drinking. Now I don't think he's smoking the episodes no more. I don't know. But he used to be sitting there drinking, smoking. I've never taken someone word for word as they're drinking and smoking and then been like, hey, bro, it's pretty fucked up the stuff you're talking about. Because you didn't say anything offensive, but what you said wasn't true, buddy.
Yeah.
Fam, you could say some shit that's not true, and I'm going to be like, oh, no, I don't think that's accurate. We could look it up. Yeah. I'm not like, you're spreading fucking misinformation in this conversation, man.
Yeah.
Now Saqib's precious ears are hearing this, man. You don't know what he's gonna do.
What about the kids, man? What about the kids?
It's like, bro, y'all need to set y'all bedtimes earlier, bro. Go to bed at 8.
Or to even have the White House talk about it. Like, are we worried about aliens and like fucking other shit?
Fucking
like
farm.
war.
Aliens was the first one you went with.
I'm thinking about like Space Force. You know, you ever seen the commercials? The Space Force?
Yeah, maybe they just trying to distract us, bro. Honestly,
that's exactly what they'd be doing.
I told y'all months ago. I think every single story that ever comes out ever is a distraction.
Because look,
but hey,
I heard Joe Biden is mobilizing more troops to Europe. Russia got this fascination with the Ukraine. No one cares about that.
Nope. Joe Rogan, misinformation.
Joe has been saying some foul things about COVID. What did he say? Bro, no one's even coming out with quotes neither. And then when he got it, everyone was acting like it was a win. Haha, he got it.
Yeah.
He never said he couldn't get COVID. He just got it. Like, why are y'all
they
so
gonna
happy?
do him dirty, fucking change the color grade on him, turn him yellow and shit.
Yeah, the news. I didn't even know about that.
The CNN, are you serious? You guys are gonna do that? So he made a video about it and he came out and he's like, look at what they're doing.
Bro.
You know, they're gonna try to make me look bad in every possible way. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, you know?
Yeah, it's just weird, bro. Like let people have their opinions, bro. Like we're so, it's like we've had so much back and forth where now we're like all a little bit retarded. Like we hear a viewpoint that's not entirely accurate, we're just fired up, we're enraged. Look
but
at
I think
this
it's
shit.
a small population because like it's crazy because like you know you have like a news story come out, people are enraged about it, but it's like who is really enraged? Because like it's such a small population
Middle
of people
America.
that even know about it, and then like where are you finding these people that are enraged about it? Like how do you just, are you doing a survey? Are you doing a poll? Like are you mad at Joe Rogan right now? Because who the fuck is mad at Joe Rogan?
Neil.
Oh yeah, true.
Neil Young, bro.
Yeah, that's a big name.
Neil is
so a lot of
pissed.
other people just pulled their music out. I feel like they're talking to Taylor Swift about taking the music out.
Taylor Swift.
And she got a huge fucking monthly listener.
Taylor Swift.
Like if somebody like The Weeknd pulled out a Spotify listens, it's like, oh my god. You see, they're really trying to like change this narrative onto Joe Rogan, like how bad he is. It's like, motherfucker, y'all.
Yeah,
see, but we're at the point where we can't even have a conversation. Like we can't even have an open dialogue about what's going on in the country and try to come to some type of conclusion where it's like I might not agree with you, but I'm not gonna fight you and like kill you over your opinion. It's like we can't have any civil discourse anymore. It's fucking crazy.
He brought Sanjay Gupta up, who has the CNN viewpoints, and they had a conversation, 2 different viewpoints, and then the people he brought up after, it's like they have 2 different viewpoints. So it's like, what's wrong with us just talking about it?
Bro, you don't have
Why you gotta slander me for it?
Yeah, bro, you don't have to care about everyone's opinion. That's the thing. Everyone's entitled to theirs, and everyone says that. Then they say, oh, but when you're putting out to millions of people, shut the fuck. No one is forcing nobody to watch shit, bro. It's his platform.
He does have 10 million subs.
Clap it up. Go get your podcast started. Go get your podcast started, and you can give all the facts, and then watch how that goes. When you're out there trying to be so factual, and man, put out some TikToks and put out some facts. See what the comments look like. See how people feeling about that. Come on now, they're gonna be like, you right, but that chain is gay. Oh no, not gay. They'll take that shit down. TikTok be censoring.
I feel like now they're gonna try to go after the Rogan fans and make them feel like they're crazy and shit. Like, cause shit, even me at work, like I told you about before, I remember I brought up Joe Rogan and that girl started going off on me. Now I feel like more people, since Joe Rogan's in the media a lot more about misinformation, people are just going to start ganging up on people that are fans. So they're probably going to be like the dormant fans. They're just going to be
like, oh, you listen to Joe Rogan?
Yeah. So my thing is just kill them with questions, bro. Especially because, bro, like I'm around so many people, like so many different demographics for like personal training, rentals and shit. Like, damn, goddamn it, good looking, bro.
Oh no, a little bit. Oh, you got it.
So many different demographics, and like in business, it's not always like you just want to start, because everything is like politics now. So I'm not really just pressed to argue. Like we don't need to get into it, but if you saying some shit, I can just ask questions. Oh, would you see it on an episode? Oh, so why do you think that? Oh, why do you think that? And motherfuckers get stumped really quickly when you're if you're just talking headline shit. Like a few questions is pretty easy to kind of see. Like, oh, this isn't really based off that much, huh? You fucking sheep. Yeah. Nah, just keep it moving.
Well, people just don't answer the question. Like, I asked the question, I was like, have you ever watched the full podcast? And they're like, no, but...
It's not about that. Oh.
It's like, shut the fuck up.
So what other... Hey, you know what movie I hate? Like, Avatar. It was trash. wait, what? It was a great one. Nah, I didn't see it, but those commercials were garbage. And
I saw a YouTube review about it. Like,
yeah,
what?
come on, bro. Like, it's pretty common sense. We don't really, you can't really value someone's opinion when they're not educated on what they're speaking on. So everyone's entitled to theirs. But before you give yours, let's just make sure we're on the same basis. Have you seen it? You haven't seen it? Okay. Tell me more about that NBA game you haven't seen.
Yeah.
You didn't see, oh, Russ has been playing like garbage. Did you see the game? But you are right.
Yeah.
Nah, in that case, you are right. You
Nine
need to
times
watch.